Bel Air a été tombé. On dit non, Bel Air vivant. Tout le monde. Maman, pas qu'à faire ça. Pas la peau, maman, pas qu'à gâcher. Pas la peau, maman, ma tante. Pas la peau, maman, pas qu'à faire ça. Aïe, 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 aïe. J'applaudis la santé témoin. Maman, pas qu'à faire ça. Pas la peau, maman, pas la peau, ma tante. Pas la peau, maman, pas qu'à faire ça. Pas la peau, maman, pas qu'à gâcher. Maman, il a dansé, maman, il a dansé. Musique créole. Ha. C'est ça nous-mêmes. Pas la peau, maman, pas qu'à faire ça. Pas la peau, maman, pas qu'à gager. Pas la peau, maman, pas la peau, ma tante, pas la peau, maman, pas qu'à faire ça. Aïe, 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 aïe. Pas la peau, maman, pas qu'à faire ça. Maman, il a dansé, maman, il a dansé. Bisous, épaule, Tumba, Bel Air.
So we're just testing the mic. Is it loud?
déjà éclairé. Même quand un petit merdeau se spam le ciel. Même quand un jour qui a ouvert et que le soleil est là, qu'a levé. La moi j'ai libéré. L'esprit moi il j'ai déchaîné, il déchaîné. Libéré, libéré, la moi libéré. L'esprit moi il j'ai déchaîné, il déchaîné.
Let's welcome the students from Ancillary and the trip here to grace us with their presence.
Tim Tim washes.
We also better invite the whole
Tim Tim washes.
3.5.
Tim Tim washes.
C'était l'amour moi pour lui. Qui bat moi courant, qui bat moi la force, qui bat moi vision pour toujours vivre pour lui. Pour m'attendre, pour valer, pour la réveiller, pour tout genre simplicité, j'ai confié et pays. Pas j'ai plein de papoter, moi. Pas faire pièce catchy, bis moi j'abatis. Mais si mais on continue comme moi, vision moi dit toujours la paix, les peuples, et que le mieux, la moi j'ai libéré, l'esprit moi
Let me invite the National Combined School Choir to this position and then
la moi libéré, l'esprit moi j'ai déchaîné.
you do it from your seat. You did, oh, okay. Once you're in position, we will commence. Okay, so they look like they're in place. So let me, because we're going live, let me just tell the technical operator, so just bring up the volume and we'll get ready. So you could come to me, Mr. Howell. Tell me when, Spud. I'm on. Hello, good morning, everyone, and welcome. I'm so happy to see everyone here today. This is an extremely important milestone in the life of this project, the Caribbean Digital Transformation Project. And this is the official digital handover ceremony. And it looks like when I want to get people in the room, I need to advertise computers and technology. So I'm happy to see that we have so many heads of sections, permanent secretaries. The minister is here as well. We will start off with the national anthem, and then we will do prayers. So I invite the National Combined School Choir. Please stand, everyone, for the national anthem. I'm just in awe. You know, it's a long time you haven't heard the anthem played in full. Well done, excellent. I hope this recording is clean because we want to preserve that recording and have this that we could actually play at all our events. And please keep standing as we have prayers. We call on Mr. Janil Alexander, Network Administrator for the Division of Public Sector Modernization.
Morning, everybody. Shall we all sign ourselves, those who sign? Our great God, our Heavenly Father, it is with thanksgiving we come before you at this time, knowing, dear Lord, that it is you that we live in, and you have made this possible today. Father, as we all assemble here, we ask for your blessings on the proceedings. We ask, dear Lord, that as we all recognize that you are the one who have made this possible. We ask for your blessings upon the project. We ask, dear Lord, that as we continue to serve St. Lucia, that we see success in this project. We see success, dear Lord, that this island of St. Lucia will receive a blessing through your people working diligently to provide for the nation. We ask also, dear Lord, that the devices that you have allowed for us to receive, dear Father, we pray for a blessing upon them. We ask, dear Lord, that it would be one that will receive longevity and durability, and it will be used in such a way that it will please you. Father, we ask also that you be with the leaders, those in charge, those that are involved in the project. We ask, Father, that they continue to direct it in such a way that there's nothing but success. Let all of our doing and everything bring pleasure, and let it bring success, and let it bring something, dear Lord, that is pleasing to your sight, we pray through your Son, Christ Jesus. Amen.
Thank you very much. Please have your seats. So this is a long-awaited event, and Fran has been at me, and we've been working quite closely in order to get this activity going, and so to the NCPC. Let me acknowledge persons in the room. Honorable Dr. Virginia Albert Pointe, Minister for the Public Service. Dr. Pauline Antoine Prosper, Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Education, Innovation, Sustainable Development. Ms. Jeanette Bernard, PS in the Ministry of the Public Service. Ms. Jenny Daniel, PS in the Ministry of Health. Ms. Esther Rigobert, PS in the Office of the Prime Minister. I'm not accustomed to that yet. She used to be my PS here. Ms. Michelle Charles, PS in the Ministry of Education. Dr. Elizabeth Bailey, PS, Department of Home Affairs and National Security. Ms. Sheila Imbert, DPS, Department of the Public Service. Mr. Kendall Kodra, DPS, Department of Education. Mr. Joshua Venor, and Information Systems Manager, Ministry of Education. Ms. Lisa Flora Montut, Director of the NCPC. Mr. Marlon Narcis, Director of the Department of Public Sector Modernization. Ms. Sherilyn Monrose Gustave, Chief ICT Officer, DPSM. And my list has been exhausted. And everybody else, let me welcome as well all the schools who are present. I think we have schools from each quadrant, north, south, east, and west. And we also have ancillary who will also bless us with a special rendition for the project. To get this activity going, let me call on Ms. Janet Barnard, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of the Public Service, to give the welcome remarks. Please invite her. Welcome.
Good Friday morning, ladies and gentlemen. I beg to adopt the established protocol. A very warm welcome to the official handover of the digital devices. We celebrate a significant milestone for the Caribbean Digital Transformation Project, the delivery of 2,210 tablets to grade 6 students, 2,200 laptops to Form 1 students, and 450 laptops to public officers. While these laptops and tablets may seem like a small gesture, they represent a much larger vision of progress and change as we inch towards empowering our citizens and building a brighter future for all. In this digital age, access to technological tools like laptops and tablets cannot be reserved for a select few. It is now a necessity for all. Some of our fellow citizens face barriers of access that have prevented them from fully participating in the digital revolution. It is our responsibility as a government and as a progressive society to ensure that every single citizen is connected. Today, as the Caribbean Digital Transformation Project delivers 450 laptops to public officers, this marks a significant step towards narrowing the digital divide in our country. We are not able to give every public servant a laptop today, but we are signifying a giant leap towards improving accessibility and business recovery for grades 15 and above, who forms middle and top management of the public service. These tablets will serve as a catalyst for change, unlocking opportunities for our youth so that they may fully realize their potential and continue to build this great nation. The laptops are a part of a bigger vision, a vision that encompasses the transformation of our education system to one that is on par with the rest of the world. Education is the cornerstone of progress. These laptops will also serve as the gateways to knowledge, enabling our students to access online resources, collaborate with their peers, and develop the digital skills that are essential for future careers. With this donation, we aim to create a level playing field for all our students, regardless of their background or socio-economic status, ensuring that every child has an equal opportunity to excel and become the best version of themselves. Government's efforts does not stop with education. We recognize that the digitization of our government and public services is vital for supporting the growth and development of every sector and industry in St. Lucia, including healthcare, social programs, education, tourism, agriculture, industry, and commerce. The tablets and laptops form part of a small effort to digitize the delivery of government services. This is testament to our commitment to inclusivity, progress, and the well-being of our citizens. Let us recognize the power of technology and embrace the opportunities it brings. Let us build a future where no one is left behind, where every citizen has the tool and the knowledge to shape their destiny and contribute to our digital transformation. I extend my gratitude again and welcome everyone to this important event. Your presence and support encourages us to realize our vision of digitally transforming our nation. Welcome.
Thank you for this wonderful welcome. And I took note, 450 laptops for public officers. Now, I'm noting you haven't said the grade, so I'm hoping I'll get one. 15 and above. So I'm smiling already. So this is a lot. 2,210 to, that's primary schools, and 2,200 to secondary schools. This is quite a big, and let's give a round of applause to the project. This is a milestone for the project. So we have online from the World Bank. I hope, can you hear us from the World Bank?
Yes, very well.
Okay, excellent. So you're on now, and let me, Miss Marola Haddad, did I say it right? Project Co-Task Team Leader. Please correct me if I didn't say your name correctly.
No, thank you very much.
Okay, so I invite you now for your remarks.
Okay, thank you very much, and a very good morning to all of you. It is really a pleasure for me personally and for the World Bank to be present and participate in this event. It is remarkable to witness the government commitment to digital inclusion, to modernizing and digitizing the education system, the government services, functions, and processes. And I couldn't but agree with every single word that Ms. Janet Bernard has said. I don't want to repeat that, but we're at the World Bank, we're close partners in this digital transformation project, and we agree with the goals and the delivery mechanisms of these modernization effort of the government of St. Lucia. I don't want to say a lot more, but I have a couple of words for our students that are present here and that are receiving these digital tools, the laptops that they are going to be using for accessing, as a window to the world. What I wanted to tell you is take advantage of these tools, use the laptops you're receiving as a precious tool to improve your learning, to learn new things, to advance your skills in math and sciences, and take good care of them, as the prayer I appreciate mentioned. Take good care of these devices. I want to push you also to ask your teachers and supervisors to guide you to use these tools to really take advantage of what the world is providing us with. And when I was a kid, we used to buy encyclopedias. We used to buy these, big volumes of encyclopedias where we, for something on geography or a word affair, we used to look for a couple of information. Now, through these laptops and internet, you have endless resources. And so take advantage of that, and I hope they will be put to good use. And finally, again, would like to reiterate the Digital Transformation Project and the World Bank support for the government of St. Lucia and these efforts and bringing what the world has to offer to the public administration, to the students in St. Lucia, and as I like the word of Mrs. Janet Bernard, help us all become the best version of ourselves. Thank you very much for inviting me and for the participation in this event. Have a good day, and I think I'll stay online for the rest of the participation in the workshop. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And thanks to the partnership that the World Bank has been providing, been giving stellar support to this project. We will have a musical rendition from the National Schools Choir. But while they do this, let me just acknowledge some persons that I didn't acknowledge. Miss Sophia Henry, I don't know how I could miss Miss Sophia Henry. P.S. Commerce, we do so much stuff together. So I think it's because you're sitting behind Sheila, that's why. Mr. Aswood, let me welcome Mr. Aswood as well. Mr. Ricky Quinlan, the DPS in Home Affairs, yes. Ms. Suzette Jean, and PS Physical Planning. Ms. Jean, I don't think I've made your acquaintance. Where is Ms. Jean? I know you so well. Okay. And yes, and innovation. Ms. Linnell Miles there. She's the Director of Innovation. Let's welcome her as well. And also, we have the person who's been doing this entire project and bringing it together with her team, Ms. Francilia Solomon. Francilia, take a bow. This is a big, big, big moment for you. So I want to introduce this gentleman who has wowed us with the national anthem, and he's the director, Mr. Robert Rennie. And they're going to do a piece for us right now to really just set this stage on fire and ensure that the laptop delivery is blessed and is done extremely well. So tell us when you're ready. Okay. You want this one?
Mama ladi why? Di why call? Mama ladi why? Di why call? Dis-moi toujours. Dis-moi encore. I don't care what the bourgeois say. I sing it in fun, the maleway. I am the fantastic. I am the fantastic. I am the fantastic. I am the fantastic. If our lives were a movie and we could watch it on TV, we would all be so disgusted with what we see. What does really annoy me are the scenes of the families. I would want to direct this episode differently. For all the men who beat up on their wives and have the women fearing for their lives, while the children begging for an end to the war. Cut no more, no more, no more. Take out the hurt and anger, bring out the joy and laughter. The mother, the father, and the child must be one happy family. One happy family.
Oh, thank you very much. Let's give them a bigger round of applause. Now I'll trouble Miss the PS for education. You see that the top school thing, all of them are mixed up now. You see? Excellent voices. So beautifully done, well done. That means that you're setting us ready for the Kaiso season. Excellent. So with this, we now come to remarks by Ms. Lisa Floramontut, the director of the NCPC. And she'll be addressing us on behalf of our PS who can't make it here, the PS for Finance. Let's welcome her.
Wow, this was really exhilarating. Wow. Good morning, officials, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Please allow me to adopt the protocol that has already been established. I'd like to start off by saying how elated I am on behalf of the Department of Finance to be receiving these long-anticipated and much-needed devices that will enable key staff members to more efficiently fulfill their daily tasks in achieving our agency's overall objectives. The COVID-19 pandemic, as debilitating as it was as a health and economic disaster, was, however, responsible for the fast-tracking of many technological leaps within our education system, the private sector, and the public service. Remote working was no longer an idea, but a necessary tool for productivity in the workplace due to the aggressive health protocols implemented during the pandemic. The Department of Finance, like many other ministries and departments throughout the government service, faced real challenges to maintain the essential services that we provide. Among the challenges highlighted in our business continuity plan at the Department of Finance was the lack of mobile computer technology by key staff members to access the VPN in order to retrieve important documents and to access the SmartStream platform. Therefore, the presentation of these high-end laptops today will serve to increase the resilience in our service delivery to our varied clients in the face of any future man-made or natural disasters. Remote working and alternative working arrangements have become a necessity to improve and increase workplace productivity, and the use of ICT is integral in ensuring business continuity plans are achievable. The Department of Finance has also made a conscious effort in our procurement procedures to acquire more mobile devices to our staff as we strive to improve the resilience in our service delivery. Therefore, on behalf of PS Fontenelle, the management team at the Department of Finance, I would like to say thanks to Ms. Fran Solomon and her team from the Caribbean Digital Transformation Project for your presentation today of over 80 laptops. I assure you that these devices will be implemented across our varied departments from the Inland Revenue, Customs, the Post Office, Treasury, and the main administrative hub to improve our overall efficiency and productivity. Once again, I thank you.
Thank you very much. I didn't hear NCPC, but I guess NCPC is the main hub, so we're looking for it. And as I said, I mean, I realize, technology brings a lot of PSs in the room. So next time we have an event and we have empty chairs, I'll just say we're giving away devices. We do have another remarks from, it is not on my program, it says Honorable Sean Edwards, but it will be from Dr. Pauline. So I invite you to come to the podium. I don't think we've made our acquaintance as yet. So I'm Glenn Simon. I never introduced myself. You realize that? So I'm introducing myself to the parliamentary secretary today. So let's welcome her.
Thank you very much, Mr. Simon. I would like to, good morning, everybody. I would like to adopt the long protocol list this morning. However, let me acknowledge the members of the head table, and especially my children, our students. Let us put our hands together for the children who are there this morning. They are the most important people in our midst. Whatever we are doing here today is just for them. It is before I continue, I have to acknowledge the school choir for this melodious, I think they were phenomenal. Their presentation was coloratura and breathtaking. I think St. Lucia is becoming too small for the choir. We have to look for avenues where we can expose those melodious voices. It is with great delight and relief that I make remarks at this official handing over ceremony of tablets and laptops. And every time we hear tablets and laptops, people start to itch, where's mine? This occasion signifies another stage in fulfilling a campaign promise of the government of St. Lucia to provide 1 laptop per child in our school system. The government recognizes that a digital tool is an imperative for 21st century educational instruction, and it is critical that we ensure that our young generation can learn and compete efficiently and comfortably on the world stage. The devices that we accept today forms part of the Caribbean Digital Transformation Project funded by the World Bank. We are indeed grateful to the World Bank for its extraordinary commitment in assisting the government in fulfilling its promise. Every laptop or tablet received is another step towards fulfilling our goal of providing 1 laptop per child and an opportunity for our students to become accomplished learners. We all can appreciate that a good education is a pathway to a prosperous, productive life and good citizenship. Through the Caribbean Digital Transformation Project, as we have heard before, and I don't think it is bad to re-emphasize that we received 4,410 devices for schools. This includes 2,200 laptops for which all or most of the students here, or have been distributed among most of the students here. I believe it's only 4 or 5 students here who have not received a device. So they are sitting comfortably watching us and saying, well, I get mine already. And 2,210 tablets for primary school students. In addition, 450 laptops have been made available for public officers at grades 15 and above. And for those who are listening, it's for grades 15 and above. I think it appears that everybody believes that Ministry of Education has laptops for everybody. So all departments call, and the PSCs here know that. The Ministry of Education is delighted by the addition of these devices to our students and public servants. The government has, however, procured additional Chromebooks for all students who will be entering Form 1 in September. We shall also distribute Chromebooks to all Form 4 students to replace the e-books that were distributed to them by the former government. The laptops and tablets will be used to improve efficiency as well as to enrich and enhance our curriculum across all subjects at both primary and secondary school level. I have no doubt that students will enjoy and benefit from using these devices for further progress in their learning. In closing, I wish to once again thank the World Bank and the architects and directors of the Caribbean Digital Transformation Project for their invaluable contribution to this great initiative. And I implore the recipients, the students, to take exceptional care of the device, of the gift of the device that you have received. It is a gift because you didn't have to pay for it, but you have a responsibility to take care of it. So please take care of those precious devices. I thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Pauline. And what a time to be a student. You know, when we were going to school, I had to write out everything. Now you could just, you know, go out there and search it. Encyclopedias, I had to look for encyclopedias. And when the presidents changed, you didn't have that edition. So now you don't need that. You could at the press of a button, you could actually get your information. And we're moving on with the program. And we do have some testimonials. And let me let the IT make sure that you have it on screen, the testimonials, so we'll run it. And we did have, thanks to Mr. Joshua Vernor, he gave us some really great testimonials that I think you'll appreciate. And it goes in line with what Dr. Pauline mentioned about how those devices have transformed both the parent, teacher, and the student. Let's see the video.
Yes, I found a device that my son received. Yes, I found out a device that my son received in Form 2 has been very useful. This is what he uses to do his home assignments and to keep in contact with school. He has received many assignments on it, and it is his only device, so it's very effective.
Personally, as a teacher, I believe that the devices have expanded the classroom. Traditionally, we had knowledge confined to the walls, but the devices have enabled students to take autonomy, look for themselves, look at actual videos in real time. So for me personally, one of the most impactful ways that the devices have contributed to teaching is the fact that students can now use it to expand their knowledge in real time.
I really do appreciate the laptops given out to the students and teachers alike. It's nice that my students are able to access online content, especially some of them may not necessarily have the resources. And some of them, they may have only their smartphones, which doesn't render all the content properly. And as for me as a teacher, it's nice that I received a laptop as well, so that I'm able to create items that my students could use. And it also helped me when it comes to creating exams and actually calculating my end of term grades, which is basically a lifesaver. So thank you very much.
The laptop I received from Cash's Comprehensive has helped me do my work in math, French, Spanish, English A, and English B, because it helps me and everyone else learn easier online and in school.
My second son is in his first year at secondary school, and during orientation last year, he was excited to have received a laptop from the Ministry of Education. Let me tell you, the laptop enabled my son to access his schoolwork online. The school uses the Moodle platform, and this is where the teachers upload the schoolwork, homework, classwork, reminders, or the administration would send reminders to the students about the work, whatever is happening in the school at the time. It's very useful to see he's able to reconnect with whatever the material was in the classroom, copy down in his notebook, and really participate in the life of the school, and we're grateful for that.
My device has provided me easier access to the Google Classroom as well as Google Docs and Google Meet. This has made completing and submitting my work much more convenient, as I can now do everything in one place. It is very easy to use and can be easily moved from home to school, as it is a convenient weight and size. My Chromebook has helped me with school on many occasions. In fact, I'm currently recording this video on my laptop.
Owning a device as a student has helped me greatly in so many ways. It makes completing homework much easier as I'm able to research on various topics to essentially become more productive during classes. Having a device means that I can submit my assignments online if my teacher or myself will be absent from school.
Hello, I am a Form 3 student and my Chromebook has benefited me in multiple ways. Firstly, I use my device as easy access to the Google Classroom. I also use my device to write up any essays and digital assignments. Also, my Chromebook is used to access online meetings if ever needed or for extra practice.
As a teacher, owning a device has made my job so much easier. Don't want a pile of notebooks on my desk? That's okay. My students can submit all their assignments and projects virtually. I can mark them anywhere, anytime, and leave immediate feedback and comments. With a device, the talk and chalk method can be used a lot less. There are so many other ways to engage the students and to help them learn. There's audios, videos, chats, and all other types of media that can be used. As a parent, it brings me great comfort to know that my children are able to get their hands on information to assist with their studies. Gone are the days when my children looked at me as a personal encyclopedia. Nowadays, everything is at the touch of a button. From ebooks to past papers to group work to educational apps, my children can work anywhere, at school, at home, even under a tree.
Laptops are popular because of the technological tools they provide as well as their portability. They are not only growing increasingly popular for home usage, but many schools are incorporating them into their classrooms as well, because computers have become an essential tool in modern culture. Children today must be acquainted with technology at a young age. The above advantages show why the government made the right decision in implementing the school laptop program. I am positive that our examination results will also prove why this program was necessary. Thank you.
So, why do we need devices? Simple, because it makes the lives of teachers, students, and parents so much better.
Minister in the Ministry of the Public Service. Let me mention the full name of the ministry. Public Service, Home Affairs, Labor, Gender Relations. Honorable Dr. Virginia Albert Pointe. And she is also my rep. She's also, I have known her forever. And I know she's passionate about education. She's passionate about everything that she does. And part of this distribution today, she didn't want to miss it. And as I told her, every time we plan this, she's out of Ireland. But she told me, Glenn, I just came back last night. So let's welcome her. I know she didn't want to miss this at all. Let's welcome the minister.
First of all, let me recognize the protocol that has been established and welcome all of you to this activity this morning, especially the students who are missing class this morning, but this is a very important class. You are sitting in an audience with permanent secretaries, especially Ministry of Education, that is there to see about your welfare in the school. So your presence here is very critical. I want to start off by, first of all, stress the issue of change. And change is not a very easy process. People shout it, they use it, but when it comes to reality, you get a lot of resistance to change. And as mentioned earlier by one of our previous speakers, that COVID-19 has taught us a very important lesson. And that lesson is we were not prepared. And we have learned from it. And the impact of COVID, many people look at the negative impact of COVID. And I was in Taiwan a few months ago. And I asked, there was a panel. And I asked the panel to identify what were some of the benefits of COVID. And they had a struggle to identify because everybody saw COVID as negative. But COVID actually exposed our deficiency in our system. And it also created the opportunity for us to move by leaps and bounds. And this is what this exercise here today is telling us, that we need to be prepared. And therefore, the government of St. Lucia also is mindful of the fact that we have to invest in technology in order to catch up with the deficiencies that we experienced during COVID. As we present these devices to the students, it brings me back home. And home means where I spent 34 of the best years of my life in education and helping children and developing them. And I'm also pleased to see, sitting next to me at the head table, my former student. I told her I would put her on the spot because I taught her in Standard 4 at the Lage Combined School, where she succeeded to go to St. Joseph's Convent. And today she's representing the PS of Finance, so I hope you have quite a bit of money to help us implement the programs. But I want to stress again the role of the public service. And Mr. Simon, I'm happy that you corrected it, because my Prime Minister sometimes gets tired in repeating the entire portfolio he gave me. But it is public service, home affairs, labor, and gender affairs. And the public service, I see it as management of the public sector. I see it as the hub in the middle of the wheel. And if the public service is not functioning well, the other agencies and ministries will have some fever or a virus. So we have to ensure that the public service is really well oiled up. And that is why we are focusing on modernization and transformation of the public service. With that, after COVID, as I mentioned yesterday at an ILO meeting in Guyana and in CARICOM, that every issue becomes a priority. Everybody wants their issue to be a priority. And how do you address that? And to address that, what we need to do is to make every issue cross-cutting and you mainstream. With that, it's going to expedite the project, it's going to expedite our objectives and help us achieve our goals a lot faster, and it's going to be a lot more economical. And I say that in light of, let's say this year, the Prime Minister did indicate that health and national security is the priority. But it cannot be done in silos. It cannot be done in isolation. It has to be cross-cutting. And every single program undertaken by the government must have elements of health and national security. And that is what. And if we're talking about technology today, it's not about this ministry has its little piece of technology, this ministry has its little piece of technology. It is technology across the board. And it has to be managed by an agency which will set standards. And that is where the public service comes in. At this point, I want to assure you that the Ministry of the Public Service has undertaken this task. It is a big investment for the government, and we see the importance of investing in our people. And many times when the government use the term putting people first, some people ridicule the whole idea. But it is putting action to words that makes the difference. And when we see handing over of laptop to children and to public officers, it's not just a matter of saying we're putting people first, but it's a matter of putting them first with our action. And that is a huge investment for government. It gives me, indeed, great pleasure to stand before you today at such a symbolic event on behalf of the Ministry of the Public Service and the government of St. Lucia. Today is a true representation of the great work being done by the Caribbean Digital Transformation Project, with funding support from the World Bank to bridge the digital divide. I hope the World Bank person is listening online. And once you hear World Bank, it means a bank. It doesn't matter whether it's the local bank, regional bank, or World Bank. When you borrow from a bank, you have to pay back. Today's handover of laptops to the public service is a significant step in the grand vision of digitizing St. Lucia. These laptops show a commitment on the part of the government of St. Lucia to the development of its people, fulfilling its obligation to serve its people digitally. Whether to improve the ease of doing business or catalyzing disaster recovery, government pledges its continued support. This handover represents an investment, especially in the young people of the Caribbean, the CPEA and Form 1, serving the foundational secondary school year. They are the recipients of the number of laptops that you have heard. I will not repeat it. We know about close to 4,000 plus laptops and tablets. And we want to know what type of tablets. Will they need water to drink so that it can go down? All right? But these devices, I call on the students to cherish these devices. It's a big investment on the part of the government. And it is a tool for you to use and for your teachers to use to help you advance your educational development. Whilst the provision of tablets and laptops is a great milestone, digitizing our great country does not stop here. The Caribbean Digital Transformation Project will, in this financial year, procure a mobile data center for key government agencies valued at $320,000 US, an e-land registry system to the tune of $2 million US, an innovation lab for Sir Arthur Lewis Community College to the tune of $450,000 US, 20 smart classrooms for primary schools island-wide valued at $330,000 US. And we are also looking at creating a single space for that digital unit in the public service to operate. They are all over the place. A little piece there, a little office over there, a little, So we need to bring them together as one unit so that they can take charge in helping the other ministries implement their digital programs. These efforts require the full participation of government, private sector, citizens, and civil society. There has to be commitment and active participation of everyone. No individual will be left behind, regardless of age, gender, background, or level of education. As such, we are continuously investing in training programs, workshops, and community initiatives that empower and enrich the lives of all our citizens. These offerings are designed to help everyone embrace technology, develop digital skills, and leverage the opportunities presented by the digital revolution. Technology is an indispensable part of our daily lives, impacting every sector of society, from healthcare to education, and from commerce to governance. The time is now for St. Lucia to fully harness the power of technology and realize the great benefits of digital transformation as we continue to revolutionize our nation. The government is leading the digital renaissance. We have gone through great lengths to establish our very own modern digital government infrastructure and have an aggressive approach to constant improvement. Our new system, which includes the popular DigiGov platform, have made our operations more seamless and efficient. And I did mention the issue of change earlier, and I am cautioning the different ministries, the different agencies, that when change comes to your door, you need to embrace it. Because our department has been getting some resistance to the changes that we are talking about. And it is costing government a lot of money when we have invested in bringing technology so that we can improve the efficiency and effectiveness of the public service, and then you are getting barriers created. You are getting resistance. And therefore, we will not achieve our goal if we do not get the cooperation of the different ministries and the different permanent secretaries. I have difficulty with that word. I have always said that. The word permanent is a little too permanent. There are some that have to be temporary. So once it's permanent, it means you can't touch it. So we are saying the permanent secretaries, the deputy permanent secretaries, the heads of department, we appeal to you for your full cooperation to make this project a reality. Or else it would be like spinning top in mud. I'm just stressing that again and again because I'm getting the feedback from my department that when they do enter certain departments to assist, they are getting some resistance from not necessarily the PS, your staff. You need to prepare your staff to embrace change. Okay? At this point, individuals and businesses can access forms and applications online, make payments virtually, and access data from any remote location of their choosing. This initiative has laid the foundation for a more globally ready St. Lucia and has greatly improved the business operations of our entrepreneurs and the lives of our citizens. From reports coming from the DigiGov Modernization Unit, we have seen government is making tremendous savings just by engaging in the digital program. So that is a huge plus for this program. We are also working diligently to ensure that the proper digital enabling environment exists for the average person, because before, technology was for those who could afford it, those who have. But now we are bringing it to the ordinary person. Every single child, regardless of your economic status, what community you come from, whether you're a boy, whether you're a girl, government is giving access to all these children so that they can advance their education. And it is a tool that we encourage teachers to use so that they too can deliver quality education to the students. This is being done through heavy investment in infrastructure, such as a more robust broadband system, as well as reforms and development in the area of cybersecurity, digital financial services, data protection, and privacy legislation. In this era of rapid technological advancement and global connectivity, it is imperative for us to stay connected to the digital revolution. Our efforts are already paying dividends. As I mentioned, the educational landscape is improving through more inclusive access to training and information. Businesses are better able to scale and access global markets. More high-level jobs are being created, and there is an improvement in the overall quality of life for all. And I just want to mention briefly that for the last 3 days, I was in Guyana where ministers of labor met, and we are looking at the free movement of labor in the region. And it's a big debate as to whether you are free to move to work in Barbados, Jamaica, Trinidad, or any island without any restrictions. And right now, we feel that the time has come so that we see the free movement of the single Caribbean space. That is important. And we also met at the CARICOM Secretariat, and we look at the issue. We are looking at labor, we are looking at skills, developing skills, and the debate is whether you give persons skills before they go to work, or you prepare them with the basic knowledge and what you call professional competence for them to be able to go into the world of work and develop the skills there. That's where the debate is. Should I give you the opportunity to learn to be a mechanic and later you'll get a job as a mechanic? Or do I give you the skills in terms of academic discipline and everything else that you need to go to work, and you go to that mechanic shop and learn how to be a mechanic? So we don't know if government will have enough money to create technical and vocational schools for children, but at least, and sometimes the career that they prepare you for, you cannot get a job in that career. So it's best you go to the job and make a career out of it. So these are some of the philosophical debate that we have out there. Access to technology is no longer a luxury. It is a fundamental requirement for progress and development. It is a tool that bridges the gap between opportunity and limitation, opening doors for knowledge, innovation, and economic growth. Technology is the tool that can open doors for the marginalized and at risk, while also aiding us in addressing problems such as climate change. We can ill afford to take our foot off the gas with the work we are doing to revolutionize St. Lucia. Through the harmonious and combined effort of public sector modernization, inclusive training, and the creation of the right enabling environment, St. Lucia is poised to be the envy of the Caribbean. And I have worked in the Caribbean for decades. It's not because I'm a minister now. I've worked in the Caribbean for decades. I have worked globally. And St. Lucia has always been an envy for the rest of the region, and we have to maintain that flagship. It is for this reason that the Caribbean Digital Transformation Project, now I do not always like the word project, because project has a start and an end. So we want it to be a program where we continue, because it has to be sustainable. Some people, after the project is over, you heard nothing about it. And government has to find the resources to make it sustainable. So it must continue ongoing year after year, decade after decade, because we are moving to the higher levels. We have signed a memorandum of understanding with the Sir Arthur Lewis Community College to provide training opportunities free of charge to the general public. The available courses are as follows. You and the digital world, we are expected to get 500 beneficiaries. Digital literacy at international standard classification of education, level 1, 1,500 beneficiaries. Digital literacy at level 2, 500 beneficiaries. Digital literacy at level 3, 500 beneficiaries. Digital marketing at level 3, 500 beneficiaries. Training on common payment platforms, 500 beneficiaries. So the doors are open, and we want all St. Lucians to have access to digital training so that we can advance the society. Let us embrace this opportunity with open arms and let us work together to build a digital empowered St. Lucia, a beacon of innovation, progress, and prosperity. We are on our way. Let us transform our homes, ourselves, our country, the Caribbean, and the world. Ladies and gentlemen, I thank you.
Thank you very much, Minister. And you know, something that you mentioned as you repeated what Lisa, our director from the NCPC, mentioned about COVID. Can you mention anything positive about COVID? Work from home, remote working, productivity. Because it essentially means that you could continue your business activity, and the issue in a public service, the issue of mold, finding locations for persons, and the laptop will do that. And as you said, the laptops for public officers are from grade 15, but I could see the need for expanding later on so that more persons will be given the opportunity. And so mold does not stop the progress of work, and so we become a more productive nation. Thank you, Minister. I believe in the one government approach that no matter what it is, one government, whether it is public service, Prime Minister's office, finance, one government, and we're working to achieve one goal. And we're here for laptops and tablets, and this is the very wonderful part that we're on. Now, Fran, I need your help to know how this is going to work. Do we call all the PSs and tell them race for one? Who gets the most? Keep it. How do we do this? The front? I invite you to the front of the table, Minister, and Dr. Pauline. So our photo ops, our camera is ready. Yes, right in front, so we get the background. Just give the honey to the minister, and then the minister will hand over. So we now have the public service. So Lisa, I think you're here to receive on behalf of the public service. Public service. Yes, so that's you. No, not Fran. She's giving to you. The minister will hand over to the PS, no? Fran, I need you at the front. Yes, for the education. So I think this is for public officers, representing the 450 laptops. Come, Fran. You'll take over that part of it. I'm deputizing you.
Okay. Thank you, Glenn. So, PS, you can hand over to Lisa on behalf of Ministry of Finance. Minister can give to Dr. Prosper on behalf of Ministry of Education. I beg your pardon? Also, they told you only want to do these two, because there are also laptops for Ministry of Education staff.
That's what I was saying. We are going to present to the PSC.
Sweet. For education. They were there?
Okay. So you see, we are so excited about giving the devices. We don't know how to give the devices. So let me So Minister will hand over to Dr. Prosper on behalf of the Ministry of Education. This will represent the 2,200 laptops, and also we will do the tablets after, which will represent the right. Yes. And we will do the laptops now. So the tablets. So this represents 2,200 tablets that will be distributed throughout the Ministry of Education for tablets to students. Round of applause for this. And we've already seen the presentation on behalf of the public service. So do you want to do individual PSs? Okay. So, Dr. Pauline, I think you have to give to your PS. No? Okay, go ahead.
PS Charles, Ministry of Education, will be receiving from PS Barnard from the Public Service. And DPS, Imbert to receive from DPS Kojo. Education. The tablets and the laptops. Yes. Okay, yes. So this ends our presentations to the Ministry of Education for the tablets and the laptops. We now move to public service, handing over to the ministries for the tablets, for the laptops, sorry, for public servants. So we first have PS Barnard, handing again over, since PS Charles just went on, we'll continue with that. These are for her staff and not for the schools. Wait, yes. We have many more PSs to receive. PS in the Office of the Prime Minister, PS Esther Rigobert. Dr. Elizabeth Bailey, PS of Home Affairs. Mrs. Suzette Jean, DPS Planning, Physical Planning. Mrs. Lisa Florent to receive on behalf of PS Fontenelle, Ministry of Finance. PS Sophia Henry to receive on behalf of Ministry of Commerce. Yes. PS of Health, Ms. Jenny Daniel. And we have the DPS of Economic Development. to receive on behalf of her ministry. Okay. And Mrs. Imbert, DPS of Public Service, to receive on behalf. Okay, thank you, everyone.
Let me tell you, that's where the fights begin, you know, when you start distributing. Whoever is left out, trouble. You get? So a round of applause again for this. It's symbolic but significant. I think this is the first time public officers will be given laptops in this manner, and I think it is due to COVID. So let us thank COVID, the pandemic, for helping to build that level of resilience and putting words back in circulation like business continuity and having that plan. So, the students, yes, the students are here. The students would each want to receive their own device today. Who among you do not have a device? Just raise your hand. All of you have devices? You haven't received one as yet? You don't have a device. Okay, nobody looks like there is. You want a new one? So I met this set of students. Was it last year? And I called it a gem hidden away in ancillary. You know, a brilliant set of persons, a small, very quaint school, but powerful, a dynamo. And they're very creative, and they have a dynamic teacher, and very influential in how they bring out messages. And they will be. We called them, and without even thinking about it, they said, yes, we will. And they went to exhibit their skill for us today. And they will be doing a special piece on the project. So let's invite the Ancillary Infant School. And you'll see the little ones, and we'll probably have the technician adjust. I could give you this mic if you want it. It's okay.
Good morning, class. Good morning, sir. Today you'll be questioned about the work of the OECS and the important project which was carried out in the Caribbean. Who can tell me what OECS means? Isaiah?
OECS means Organization of Eastern Caribbean
Who can tell me the name of the project which was implemented in the Caribbean? Anais? What items did the students receive in the Caribbean today? Elijah?
Students receive digital devices such as tablets and laptops.
Excellent. Why are the devices so important to the students? Linika? Very good. Now we move on to activity 2. Pull out your pencils and paper and write an appreciation poem to our donors. You have 2 minutes. Are you ready, class?
Yes, sir.
Shadavia.
We, the grade 2 students of the Answer RC Infant School, now present our thank you poem to our donors.
Okay, and now we're just going to relax a while, people. It's a Calypso season, so we're just going to get you something just to get ready for the season. So this little project here is just our grooming of our little Calypsonian for the future. All right? So just enjoy yourself with it and give us the support you can. And of course, she has us people here. Okay?
I am the voice of the youth of this nation. I come to sing, and I'm sure of my mission. My literacy is my priority, and if that's what you're about, children, let me hear you shout. Show me the brighter side, and I will choose it. Show me the better way, I won't refuse it. Keep my candle burning, and I will share my light. In these confusing times, keep me on the brighter side. Calypso. Where is the love for a little one like me? These things I see makes me feeling so scary. I really fear for my security. I don't know if I'll get struck down by a stray bullet. Show me the brighter side, and I will choose it. Show me the better way, I won't refuse it. Keep my candle burning, and I will share my light. In these confusing times, keep me on the brighter side. Calypso. I am the voice of the youth of this nation. I come to sing, and I'm sure of my mission. My literacy is my priority, and if that's what you're about, children, let me hear you shout. Show me the brighter side, and I will choose it. Show me the better way, I won't refuse it. Keep my candle burning, and I will share my light. In these confusing times, keep me on the brighter side. Calypso. Thank you, everybody.
No, I don't like that round of applause. A bigger round of applause for them. Bigger round of applause. Thank you, Ancillary Infant School. Was I right? Was there a gem nestled in Ancillary? And you know, her black is from Ancillary. Let me tell you, now you have to pay when you leave here, you know, because you got your first taste of a tent. So we're coming to the end, very close to the end of our activity. And we now bring on the project coordinator for the Caribbean Digital Transformation Project, Ms. Francilia Solomon. Let's welcome her as she does the closing remarks.
Honorable Minister, Parliamentary Secretary, Permanent Secretaries, invited guests, students, please permit me to adopt the established protocol. It has certainly been a very good morning. It is often said that thank you is a prayer that cannot be seen or touched, but felt by every heart and given back. I am honored for the opportunity to make this prayer a vote of thanks on this special occasion. I would like to thank every one of you who has blessed us with your presence, whether physically or virtually, despite your competing schedules. Heartfelt thanks to our Honorable Minister and esteemed speakers who have assisted in contextualizing and adding value to this ceremony. To the many permanent secretaries and agency officials receiving laptops, we trust that they will improve your agency's efficiency and raise the satisfaction of your external customers. To our project steering committee members, thank you for your presence and encouragement. The Caribbean Digital Transformation Project will continue our efforts to prepare various sectors for the digital delivery and receipt of government services. My deepest gratitude to our World Bank colleagues. Words are not enough to express their invaluable support and guidance from the team, including Ms. Marula Haddad, who's addressed us earlier. Thank you to the National Combined Schools Choir and the Ancillary Infant School for their brilliant pieces, which were thoroughly enjoyed. Thank you. I would like to recognize the students, teachers, and parents who shared their testimonials. These motivate the project implementation unit to catalyze our efforts and achieve our objectives. We do hope that the devices will be used for the intended purpose of undertaking your studies and empowering yourselves, your communities, households, and by extension, St. Lucia, your island home. Many thanks to all who assisted in the procurement of the devices, a mammoth task assisted by many. Special thanks to the Division of Public Sector Modernization for your myriad of contributions. Apologies for the extended inconveniences. The Ministry of Education, ICT, and warehouse staff, our evaluation committee, suppliers, and distributors, thank you very much. It would be remiss of me not singling out Ms. Colleen St. Omer, our procurement officer. We would not be here today without her efforts and oversight. Please give her a round of applause. Thank you. An event of this dimension cannot happen overnight. We have been fortunate to have been assisted by a very dedicated organizing committee. I cannot thank you enough for your respective contributions towards the success of this event. Thanks as well to our service providers, catering, decor, sound, paraphernalia. Heartfelt thanks to our project partners at the NCPC for embarking on this journey, providing support to the project. Mr. Glenn Simon, our MC, organizer, advisor extraordinaire, special thanks. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank the media for their presence and courage. If time is money, then today you have collectively spent millions for us. Thank you very much for your presence and making this event successful. Do have a fantastic Friday. I thank you.
And let me thank Fran for making this activity possible with her tenaciousness. Fran calls me all sorts of hours, and I cannot say no. Today, let me thank also the IT team at the Department of Finance. They're learning a brand new skill today. They're on camera and doing the live production. So give them a round of applause. They brought it live. So it leaves me to thank you for being here. And as I said, this was the official digital device handover ceremony. So students, tell your friends what happened here today. Tell your friends about the Ancillary School. Ancillary, tell your friends about the choir and all what you saw today. And make sure that you tell them they are expected to get a device, the Form 1s and those who've just done the CPA. So thank you, everyone. We do have refreshments for you, and the students, especially, you'll get first. Okay? So have a wonderful Friday and a wonderful weekend. It's a long weekend, so enjoy. Thank you.